There's something wrong with 2026, y'all. I mean, it really is. I want to know if y'all been experiencing this too, but this year for me has been just wild. It's been a year of crazy changes, a bunch of stuff I haven't really noticed before. And it just seems like there's a bunch of stuff happening, stuff that isn't normal. And I mean, I'll give you a prime example of this. All right. So some of y'all may know this, some of y'all maybe not, but this year I had an explosion of ticks at my house. I'm talking thousands of ticks. I mean, I was sitting in my yard one day recording a video, and there were over 50 ticks that got on me just sitting in one spot in my yard within an hour. Okay, and then, it started heating up here in Kentucky. It's pretty darn hot here now. And now the ticks have kind of retreated into the woods, and now I can go out into my yard without getting ticks on me. That's a great thing, you would think, right? But when the ticks retreated to the woods, guess what came out of the woods? Mosquitoes. All right, so I know now, stay out of the woods, I won't get ticks on me. But now, it has been so bad within the last month, I cannot walk outside without just getting swarmed with mosquitoes. I'm talking more mosquitoes than I've ever dealt with. The only time I had mosquitoes this bad or got attacked by mosquitoes this bad was when I was in Alaska in the middle of July, because the mosquitoes out there, they will carry you off. They call them the Alaskan Air Force for a reason. But I've never dealt with that here in Kentucky until this year, until 2026. And that is one of the many ways that things have changed. And obviously, it hasn't changed for the better. I mean, it was so bad that when I would go out to cut grass, which I'm on a riding lawnmower, so I'm moving around, it's not like I'm sitting still. I had to wear like one of those hunting masks. It's like a mesh camouflage thing you put around your face so that the animals can't see you. I had to wear a long sleeve jacket, a shirt under that, pants, and boots in the middle of July when it's 95, 96 degrees, almost 100 degrees. Humidity is 90 to 100%. Blistering hot outside. I've dealt with heat. I've been in Arizona. I've been in Nevada. It gets really hot out there, 110, 114 degrees, but it's dry. Kentucky heat, that's like Savannah, Georgia heat. It's really hot. So needless to say, it's been pretty darn miserable. And it really seems like we've just been overwhelmed with a bunch of demonic, vicious, blood-sucking vampires. It's all the pests that have come out of the woodwork. All the good bugs and all the good animals and things that would normally be around, it seems like they're very scarce. And now we're just in this, we've entered this realm of chaos where everything's kind of out to get you. That's what I've been dealing with. It might sound kind of dramatic, but it's no exaggeration. It's gotten pretty bad. But the craziest thing has happened within the last week and a half, 2 weeks. So I've been dealing with these mosquitoes for a while, almost an entire month. It started in July, but then within the last couple weeks, something showed up. And the thing that showed up, I did not expect, but it has literally saved the day. And this is wild. But I want to bring this up. I want to talk about it because there's a very important lesson that we can learn from this. And the lesson comes from nature. So here's what happened, all right? Within the last couple weeks, again, I've been getting eaten alive by mosquitoes. Cannot walk outside. And then I notice swarms of dragonflies. Dragonflies of all different sizes, all different shapes. I'm assuming all different breeds. These dragonflies, they came onto my farm and they're just flying around. I'm just like, okay, maybe they're breeding or mating or whatever they're doing. I've had them out there before, but not like this. I mean, this is thousands of dragonflies, just like the mosquitoes. There are clouds of them. And then after, I would say about 4 or 5 days of the dragonflies being there, the mosquito population started to become reduced. Suddenly I could walk outside without getting eaten alive and carried away by mosquitoes. And my mom noticed this too, because my mom comes down there and she's always messing around in the garden and stuff. And apparently she looked into this, and come to find out, a single dragonfly can eat up to 100 mosquitoes per day. Wild. And when you consider that there are probably thousands of them out there, it was no time at all that the mosquito population just started falling. And I'm now at a point where I can go outside and I can I can enjoy the outdoors. Because I'm sure a lot of y'all have probably seen in some of my videos, and a lot of them I'm sitting out there in a long sleeve shirt, and some of them I'm actually having to light candles and torches to sit around me. But now I'm able to go outside with short sleeves or a tank top. I can sit outside without lighting candles and torches to sit all around me. It has actually become quite pleasant. And here's the key takeaway from all this is that this is nature doing what nature does. There was an imbalance that was happening. The imbalance was these pests, these blood-sucking vampires that had taken over my entire farm. And the balance was skewed in the side of chaos. And suddenly, nature does what nature does. These dragonflies come in, not knowing that they're coming in to save the day, to save me. They just come in because there's an imbalance. They come in and they clean up the chaos and they reestablish the natural balance. They reestablish the order. And I think this is very relatable to the situation that we found ourselves in today, because doesn't it kind of seem like there's an imbalance happening? Doesn't it kind of seem like we're being overrun with demonic, vicious, blood-sucking vampires? I think it kind of does. And I guess it depends on your perspective, but if you think about the way things are going, the people that are running the show, the people that are, I would say, that have all the control over us, the people, they're vampires. They're trying to extract from us as much as they possibly can. They're all about extracting money. They're all about extracting our attention. They're all about extracting information and data. And as of recently, it seems as though with these data centers and all this stuff that's being built, they're also now about extracting our precious resources. The stuff that, if we allow them to extract, we'll lose it forever and we'll never get it back. So I wonder if this could be relevant to us. Could this be relevant to our situation? And if so, what's the trigger point going to be? Because for the mosquitoes, the trigger point was basically chaos. It was these vampires, these vicious blood-sucking vampires that were hell-bent on just extracting from me and taking away my peace, taking away my small slice of paradise that I've created for myself. And I'm sure they didn't come in there with that agenda. They didn't know they were doing that. They're just doing their job. But their job just happens to disrupt my life. And maybe these people that are running the show are just doing their job, what they think is right. Maybe the things that they're doing, steering society in the direction they're steering it in, they believe in their twisted mind that it's right. Maybe they think they're doing the right thing, but for us, it's disrupting our peace. It's taking away our small sliver of paradise, the only piece of paradise that we have left. And as things continue to change and balance is skewed in the favor of these vicious, demonic, blood-sucking vampires, I often ask myself, what is the trigger point going to be? That we come in and that we clean things up and we take back control. And I truly hope that it doesn't take chaos and an actual invasion for that trigger point to happen. But the more I think about this, the more I'm optimistic for the future, because we like to separate ourselves from nature, but we are very much nature. We're not just a part of it, we are nature. So knowing and understanding that, I'm optimistic because I believe that at some point, as the scales continue to tip away from the people, that balance is going to be maintained. The natural order of things is going to be reestablished. And maybe it's not even a decision on our part. Maybe it's something that's just inevitable. Just like these dragonflies that showed up and they saved the day, not knowing that they were saving the day, they were just doing what nature does. Maybe nature is going to do what it does best. And it's going to allow us to reestablish order without us really even having to think about it. It's just something that is going to happen because nature in itself is inevitable. And it is always going to do what nature does best. And that is clean up the mess. And in a lot of ways, this is a mess that we have created. And when we look back throughout history, and even when we look at our situation today, in a lot of cases, when humans create a mess and we kind of disrupt the natural order of things, nature always has a way of coming in behind us and cleaning up our mess. And knowing that we are nature, I truly believe that it's not going to be long before we step up and we reestablish the natural order.